Carl Jung said, "Awaken and shine your light for others to follow. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." This is an invitation to move differently in the world, to operate from a place of deep knowing and alignment. I'm Adrienne McDonald, and welcome to the Source Code Podcast. Let's dive in. Hello, beautiful humans, and welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. Today, I want to talk about why therapy isn't enough. Disclaimer, I am not a mental health professional. I am not a physician. Please talk to your own mental health care professionals. This is based on my own personal experience and reflective experiences of my clients. So therapy is a very powerful tool, and it provides you a safe space to explore your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. It helps you make sense of your experiences and finds ways to cope with life's challenges. It provides a lot of coping strategies. And for many, therapy is a lifeline, offering essential support and guidance during difficult times. It certainly has done that for me over the years. However, while therapy is invaluable, it may not always be enough to achieve that deep, transformative healing that some of us seek. For me, there was always some level of disconnection, and that is where I feel like modalities like human design, gene keys, shamanism, energy work come into play, because these ancient and modern practices go beyond the cognitive and the emotional work of therapy and offer a holistic approach that addresses the spiritual and the energetic and the unconscious layers of our being. And by exploring these layers, we can tap into our true authentic selves. We can uncover maybe some hidden patterns that have been difficult to get to in therapy. We can reclaim parts of ourselves that may have felt like they've been lost or forgotten. And with traditional therapy, particularly modalities like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, the focus is on understanding and changing thought patterns and behaviors. It's also what typical mindset coaching focuses on. And while this is, critical for managing symptoms and gaining insight into one's life, it often works within the realm of the conscious mind. That is the focus. And that approach can sometimes fall short when we're looking to address some deeper stuff, like more felt ingrained issues that maybe are residing in the subconscious. Now, obviously, if you're going to a union analyst, psychoanalyst, that's going to be a little bit different because that's a different type of therapy. I've been to a union analyst. It's a great experience, but this is not going to address what's in your energetic body. Now, for example, that therapy might help us understand why we feel anxious or why certain patterns keep repeating, but not always provide the tools to shift those patterns on an energetic level. It's not going to address the energetic imprints of past experiences or that spiritual disconnection that a lot of people feel. And that was certainly what was going on with me. And I think this is where the limitations of therapy become apparent, particularly for those seeking a more profound or radical transformation. But I think that some of these tools can all work together as well. Now, human design offers insight to how we are uniquely wired to make decisions and interact with others and fulfill our life's purpose. It certainly gives us insight into that, your life's purpose, because a lot of people, it's like, who am I? What am I doing here? And unlike therapy, which often works from the outside in, human design works from the inside out. And that helps us align with our, true nature or more authentic nature and make choices that are in harmony with that. And when you understand your design, you can start living in a way that's more natural to you rather than perhaps our conditioning or your conditioning may make you think you need to be. A lot of shitting there. And again, this is where I think the modalities can really start to complement therapy. It gives a place to start digging. It gives a person a place to start digging. And this digging can lead to alignment that you really do have a more profound sense of peace, purpose, fulfillment, because you stop fighting your natural tendencies and you start embracing them. And a lot of time when you go to therapy, it's because you're confused about who you are. And this gives you a place to start. Like, I can look at unconscious design Mars, and I can probably tell a theme of what's going on in a person's life with the struggles that they've had, because that's your core wound. And the Gene Keys also offers a different contemplative approach to, self-discovery. It encourages you to reflect on your life experiences and uncover the deeper meaning behind them. And Gene Keys help us recognize the pattern of fear, repression, and shadow that hold us back, but they also, and more importantly, guide us towards our highest potential. And unlike therapy, which typically focuses on resolving problems, Gene Keys invites us to, embrace our challenges as opportunity for growth in a very different way. And it gives you, again, a very good place to start. You can start with your activation sequence and go, okay, this particular thing is my life's work. Okay, through the lens of all of my talents, what does this look like? And it gives you that opportunity to explore those shadows within so that you can unlock the gifts and virtues that are waiting to be expressed through you. And I think this is missed a lot of times. The focus of the Gene Keys work is not really on the shadow. I know I've talked a lot about the shadow because I've done a lot of I've taught a lot about the shadow work. But the focus is really 10 to 20% on the shadow, and then 80% or 90% on the gift. It gives you something tangible to look at for transmutation of that energy. And this process of self-illumination is going to it will have that deep transformation. It's going to have that spiritual transformation because you're going to start coming from a place of this inner wisdom. And then from a shamanism standpoint, so shamanism is a very ancient practice. It's an ancient spiritual practice. Whatever, shall we say, flavor, and there are many, many different versions of, or flavors, or disciplines, that's the word I'm looking for, that people can study. There are some core themes, though, and, it's about connecting with the natural and spirit world to heal, or one of the things is to heal the soul and restore balance. And one of the core principles of shamanism is the belief that trauma and emotional wounds can cause parts of the soul to become fragmented or lost. This concept is soul loss, and it can manifest as feelings of emptiness or disconnection or a sense of being stuck in life. And through training, shamanic practitioners can have practices like soul retrieval, and there's shamanic journeying and energy. You can bring in energy healing, and this helps a person reclaim those lost parts of themselves and reintegrate them into their being. You want that soul part to have a good home to come to, right? And so the integration is not such a rough road. And so, yeah, therapy is going to give you an opportunity to work on that, right? This process can be incredibly transformative because it allows us to heal on a soul level and reconnect with our life force. And unlike therapy, which is often working with the mind and emotions, which are important, especially in the integration process, some of the shamanic practices addresses the spiritual and the energetic dimensions of healing. And I feel like this is a more holistic approach to well-being. Now, I personally have had power retrievals. I've had soul retrievals. And I've had extractions. They are incredibly transformative and life-changing. They really, and I've seen that in other people as well. So while therapy provides these essential tools for understanding and managing our mental and emotional health, and I am not in any way minimizing that, because I probably wouldn't be here today if I had not developed some of those skills. I'd be really, really stressed out and probably have had a lot of health issues. But modalities like human design and gene keys and shamanism and energy work, they offer this complementary path to deeper healing. Because when we integrate these practices, we can address the full spectrum of our being, the body, the mind, the spirit, energetic field. And this is going to achieve a much more profound transformation. And in this integration, therapy can help us make sense of our experiences and develop healthy coping mechanisms and strategies, which is what I've said all along, that my therapist, the therapists that I've had, definitely did that. Still do it, even now. Well, human design and gene keys and shamanism and energy work, they guide us and help us align with our gifts and our true, authentic self. They help us unlock our highest potential and heal on an energetic and spiritual level. And together, all of these approaches can lead to a very holistic and lasting, and that is the key here, people, lasting transformation, not just in the moment, not just in the energy field of being in some retreat or something like that. I've had a lot of really great transformational retreats. I do transformational retreats, but some of them, if you go to, like a big conference and you get caught up in the energy of it, sometimes those things don't last. These transformational practices can offer a path to wholeness. That's what they are designed to do. I hope you have found that this has given you some food for thought. And I really appreciate you listening. If you have not already downloaded your human design report, that's free off of my website. There's a link in the show notes. The deconditioning guide that I've been talking about for a couple of weeks, still going through a couple of edits. I promise it's coming out soon. And I think that'll be a great resource, as I've said. So if you have found this helpful, please share the episode out. If you feel so inclined, leave a review. I would love to connect with you on social media. Instagram is probably my current favorite. I do post additional insights there, so that's a little incentive to go and follow me on Instagram. And remember to find beauty every day and seek the magic in the mundane. Thank you for listening to the Source Code Podcast. If you found this episode insightful and feel moved to, please leave a review and share it out with those you believe will find it helpful. You can check out my website for more information at www.adrianmcdonald.com. And for more of my more regular musings, connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn. I hope you have a beautiful week.